Happy Monday, folks, and welcome back to Park to Prem. Guess what position I've signed a player in? You put a guess? I haven't made a signing. Yeah, normally in these kind of save games, I'd try and sign players for the sake of it. If you've got some wage budget out there, you should probably spend it. I'll be honest, I have tried to sign some players. They just keep turning us down. Since you were last here, we've had a really good start to the season, but it is a real test in the first game. Away from home, taking on Maldon and Tiptree, a team tipped to win the league comfortably. They are currently behind us. Last episode, of course, we got 7 points from a possible 9, and well, immediately after that, we lost this game against Dulwich and Hamlet. Dulwich and I don't know how we lost this one. I do know how we lost it. We didn't really create enough. They scored a corner late on, and yeah, a loss. A bit annoying, this. It did make it 2 games in a row where we hadn't scored, but as we went into game against Hashtag, if there was any concerns about not scoring, we need not worry with King on the pitch. Remember the name? Michael King. He scored in the 10th minute. Not long later, a fortunate deflected effort as Bassett shot from range, and not long later, Bennett would continue the goal-scoring flurry in the first half. 3 unanswered goals before the break, and from there, we were in cruise control. A couple of goals, sadly, didn't keep a clean sheet. They did score in the 93rd minute. From there, back-to-back 2-0s against the 2 Cray teams. Yeah, Cray Wanderers and Cray Valley Paper Mills. We beat them both home and away. And from there, we've kept the good times flowing. A win against Wingate and Finchley was nice. One of the weirder games where they had a lot of shots from range, as I suppose is indicated by their XG, but the quality of chances that we crafted out was the difference maker. King grabbing another 2 goals in this game, taking his tally to 5 goals in 7 for the season so far. And then most recently, we took on Fisher. They play in the division below us. We played a rotated team. It was the first round of the FA Cup. Nice 5-1 win. And with that, we are into the second qualifying round. Just as a reminder, we'd have to play through all of these rounds to get anywhere of note. The first round is when Football League teams start to come in. The third round is when the Premier League and Championship teams join. Being realistic, whilst it'd be amazing to go on a cup run in this competition, I'm not really expecting a great deal. Then again, the draw for the next round has been done, and we've been drawn against Dartford, so, I mean, it could definitely be a lot worse a draw that we got. Now, as you've already observed, we've had a really good start to the season. Bit annoying that draw that we had last episode, 0-0, is the one draw that we have in this run of games. Wingate and Finchley have had a solid little start of their own. If we just look at the media prediction at the start of the year, Maldon and Tiptree and Wingate and Finchley were 2 of the teams predicted to finish above us. But as things stand right now, we are top of the pecking order. Of course, if we do lose this opening game against Maldon and Tiptree, they will leapfrog us and go top. But our goal difference does make me think we're going to be pretty good this year. I just kind of feel like at this level, if you've got goal scorers, you're going to have success. And whilst Michael King, I'm going to continue to big him up, has been great, actually, Dan Bassett and Carl Bennett have also looked really good for us this year. Carl Bennett has often played out on the right-hand side. Obviously, his pace and acceleration for this level is very good, but he's one of those players who is just a really well-rounded individual. And as for Dan Bassett, well, he got 9 goals in the whole of last season. So far for us, he's got 4 goals in 7 this year. Yeah, a really good start to the season for him. He did miss a couple of games through injury early doors. In terms of top performers, though, it's Ryan Bernal who leads the way of the players who have played regularly. He is leading the league in assists. The right wing-back has 5 to his name. I feel like last year he was a good little player, but you can see how already this season's performances are on the verge of eclipsing last year's. He has actually been a match winner for us from wing-back, and there's not many players that are able to deliver that. To be fair, though, as I look through the first team here, every single player has started at least 1 game, which maybe that's not the most significant thing in the world when you've got a squad of 23 players, but just because of how ram-packed the fixture schedule is, where we've constantly got these midweek games into weekend games into midweek games, that rotation, I think, has been a reason for our success. And having rotated in the FA Cup recently against Fisher, it means against Maldon and Tiptree, we're ready and raring to go. When I look at their top players, Lewis Gard is leading the way, although he's played fewer games than players around him. He is a rather normal player, I guess. I say normal. He's on £500 a week, which makes him on twice as much as our nearest kind of comparable players. But if we just go to Shane Flynn, the next player down for them, the left back, he is on £2,500 a week. For context, my entire wage budget is £4,300, so he is on more than half of our squad. That is really what we're up against today. For today's away day, we are going to be heading a little further north than we have been, to Maldon, which, I mean, it's not far away from Chelmsford, and hopefully somewhere around here, there is a football stadium. Is Tiptree like another town next door? There's only Maldon here. Where is Tiptree? No idea. Answers on a postcard if you do know. I have found the football club, which is next to the River Chelmer, which if we just look at things is literally, I'll zoom out here, it's next to the ocean. I'll tell you what, if when global warming happens, this stadium, might be one of the first underwater. Will that be a loss to society or not? Let's find out together. This is very morbid. Apologies to the residents of Maldon. The stadium doesn't have any roads near it. There's loads of kind of fields and grass and stuff around it. Badminton course, leisure centre, monkey puzzle, and a skater's roller rink. Oh my word, the activities, there are some. In terms of the stadium, oh, I don't want to alarm anyone. We might be able to go for a tour around the car park. That might be it. Well, I can confirm we are in the right place, and looking at things here, it looks like a match was going on when the Google Street View van pulled up. I mean, there are spectators in the crowd. There's a guy pretending that he's working in a digger so he gets to watch the game for free. Here is the football club, and I'm going to say immediately, no parking lines in the car park. Take a point off them. And I know what you're thinking, chat, parking lines aren't needed. People can use their common sense. No, they can't. Look at this Audi driver. That is not a parking space, is it? I mean, look, there's just clearly not enough parking here. Someone has parked in the grass. There is a path there. It's been ruined. I mean, I'll be honest, from the outside, you know, they've got some nice roses. They've got a lovely little sign. It's a nice little clubhouse. But it's all just very pretentious, isn't it? Oh, look at us. We're Maldon and Tiptree. We pay our players £2,000 a week and we have a flag. Grow up. £10 for an adult. £10. Just go to the cinema if you live in Maldon. I know what you're thinking, Jack. Are you just bitter because they have more money than you? Absolutely. Wouldn't you be? All the money in the world and this is your car park? Pathetic. Don't even want to see the rest of the away day. I am curious though because the skaters' roller rink has footage. Let's have a look at the roller rink. I've ended up at the toilets. You know what? I feel like that really sums up today's away day. I know what you're thinking, Jack. You've not even done that away day properly. They made me not do it properly, okay? They don't deserve Google Earth. I'm going to go and beat them. You're going to love it. 1 out of 10, and that's being generous. Don't know why I'm so rattled today. So it would perhaps be natural to assume Jack, away from home against this scary team, of course you're going to change things up. Absolutely not. We are sticking with what we know. We're sticking on the front foot. The tactical changes we've made this year with the centre mids instead of defensive mids when we have possession, the addition of the advanced centre-back in Watson, I actually feel like has worked quite well. Watson, look, he's on a 6.97. He's really not been that bad at centre-back. Does it make sense to play him at centre-back? I'll let you guys be the judge. But it ain't broke, so I'm not fixing it. We're not changing it. Bennett, Bassett and King are up front. All of them were rested in the FA Cup game. Actually, that's a lot. No, I played King in the FA Cup game. When you have a player this good, you just want to give them as many matches as possible, let's be honest. Okay, we have been in some really good form here, so I want to kind of try and encourage the players to keep that form going. Green, happy, smiley faces everywhere as we head to Maldon and Tiptree, who... do they even have a car park in Football Manager? Doesn't look like it. Okay, well, look, it's first versus third. This is a must-win game. Let's not get distracted by the poxy away day. We have to turn up and do our business in this midweek fixture as Bernal and Jani look to make something happen. Look at the back heel. Bernal looking for more assists. That cross a little on the loopy side. That said, though, we have retained possession here as Gibbard plays it forward to Foxwell, the left back. Fizzes it in. It's cleared away. Gibbard's going to keep it alive, though. The number 7 bringing it forward. Have a go, son. Okay, I'm never telling him to have a go ever again. Bassett with the ball for us. Can we look to break here? Maybe look to counter. There's runners around him. Gibbard plays it across to Bennett. Bernal's on the overlap. The right wing-back gets into these really good areas. Can the number 2 deliver something here? There's players in the middle. It's fizzed in. Cleared away once, but he's going to get another go maybe. I'm not sure if that was a shot or cross. Whichever it was awful. I mean, this is the hardest game we're going to have all season. They're a newly promoted team that have more money than everyone else. I know they're going to be a pain. There's one automatic promotion spot as a reminder. This kind of game could prove rather important as Janield has the free kick. He whips it in, Pask heads it away. It's fizzed into the area and Lewis scores. Wait, his name is just Lewis. He doesn't have a last name. He's just called Lewis. What kind of footballer in the 8th tier of English football just has the name Lewis? Like, he's not got a first name. He's just called Lewis. Also, was that not offside? He's just called Lewis. He's just Lewis. We'll never know his last name. King with the ball. Lays it wide to Foxwell. Players queuing up in the middle. Foxwell has to put a ball in here. He's a little isolated. Fizzes it in low. Cleared away. Gibbard gets it, though, back to Foxwell. Inside to Gibbard. Where are we going here? Back wide. Foxwell had an amazing debut last year. Has done nothing since until now. It's 1-1. From wing-back to wing-back, we find the back of the net. Gibbard played the ball to Foxwell here. He's whipping the ball in. You think, who is this aiming towards? And suddenly, the right wing-back leaps in amongst a crowd of like 8 players. to head it into the back of the net. Jane, Captain Fantastic to Gibbard, to Bernal, the goal scorer. The rain, by the way, is coming down. I feel like it's always raining whenever I do matches in England in Football Manager. Has anyone else noticed that? Anyway, the rain in Maldon falls mainly on the plains or something. King's in behind, he scores. It's a great goal. There's times when I'm doing videos where I think that piece of commentary was absolutely awful, and I wish that the highlight in question was one I could just edit out. We've scored, so you do have to listen to me talk about the rain on the plains of Maldon. Let's move on, we're winning. Well, there's been 3 goals in 5 minutes in this first half. If you wanted goals, you've got your money's worth so far here. I wouldn't bet against there being more, as we maybe have a chance here. In possession, Taylor launches it towards Bassett, who's going to try and keep this alive. The number 10 with not the best of balls into the box. They deal with it, and now they're going to look to build it out from the back. The ball is switched over. Lewis, of course it's Lewis, he has the ball, dinks it. Radojevic, in behind, shoots over. Couple minutes left of this first half. There's not been a ton of chances, really. It's been all about some clinical finishing, but you never know, that could change here. Bennett gives it to Jane. Gibbard, can we get a goal before the break? A 2-goal lead would make my team talk easier. Bernal has a goal already, the right wing back, looking for more assists to add to his collection. He's only gone and done it, and King has grabbed another. Bernal here just finds his way into the box, drives in, and then he just fizzes it across, doesn't he, to the 16-year-old striker, who adds another for his collection. 2 minutes of added time at the end of this first half just comes and goes really quickly. We've had 3 shots on target. They've all gone in. If there was a game for that to happen, this is quite a good game for it to happen in. I think I will look to make some changes sooner rather than later in this game. Bassett and Bennett haven't had the best games really in this match. It's really been moments of quality from King in the middle that have seen us get ahead. And that said, you know what? Let's not make changes too prematurely here. There's still a lot of football left to be played, although if we get the next goal, we're in pole position to run home with this game rather comfortably. Gibbard to Bennett. Has options in front of him. King's on for the hat-trick. He's in behind, and he just passes it to the goalkeeper with his instep. That finish was awful. Right, I'm going to bring in Shea Hutchinson on one side, and I'm going to bring in Anderson as well, I think, in this game here. Annoyingly, Anderson is going to have to play through the middle. He is the man we've got in on loan, who is a very good player and has actually been in some great form lately. King will move into a wider area, and Shea Hutchinson, I'm still training to play out on the right-hand side. When we've played him here, he's not actually been that bad. You know what? Finley Chadwick has 3 assists to his name as well. I'm going to bring him in for Gibbard. A trio of changes made before the hour mark. I feel like fresh legs here just to try and win out this game are needed. I talked about our lack of shots on target. To be fair, they've only had 3 shots on target of their own, and they've had none in this second half, of which now we've played 25 minutes. Frustrate them to long shots. If they want to come back here, they've got to start making something happen. And right now, it doesn't feel like that something's going to happen. Taylor's on a booking. I'm going to bring in Danaher, and also Packham I'm going to bring in. And I think I'm going to take off Foxwell. Foxwell's not had a bad game, but fresh legs I think are just always a good idea. The wing-backs in our system cover so much ground. I can't really justify taking off Bernal in this game, though. This felt like a big game going into it, and if you told me this was how it was going to play out, I probably would have bitten your arm off. They have been, well, rather quiet. They started the game hot. From there, we've responded and never really looked back. Chadwick wins the ball nicely. Anderson backheel. Jane, Shea Hutchinson, Bernal. Could he get another? The right back. His shot was deflected into the path of the keeper. And it remains a 2-goal game. I feel like on another day, we could have scored maybe 1 or 2 more. Full time in this game, 3-1. I mean, you can't really complain about a performance like that. They were worse in the second half than they were in the first half, Maldon and Tiptree. That result there puts us 3 points clear at the top. Wingate and Finchley do have a game in hand. They are pretty much our nearest rivals now, as are Dulwich Hamlet, who, as I already mentioned, we lost to 1-0 earlier. That does make it 5 league wins in a row, and Burgess Hill, fear us, you're going to be our next opposition. They're in 20th. They've not won in their last 5. I mean, look, last episode, we bottled a game like this, didn't we, against Concord Rangers. Today, I'm not going to rotate the team. We're going for the jugular. Well, I opened up this episode by saying I was looking at some players. I brought in a load of players in on trial here. Some of them look quite good. I mean, Max McKnight, I don't really need a right back. He's a pretty good right back. Can't afford him. And even players like Regan Clayton here, who might be useful for the team. Sadly, I also just can't afford right now. I have sent a few players out on loan, a few of the youth players who are on like £25 a week, which has freed up some wage budget. I'm kind of hoping that the club, at some point, are going to look at the overall balance and the fact that financially we're actually almost levelling off, which is mad for this level. Maybe that'll be the incentive to actually up the wage budget slightly. You can see here, looking at the salary per year, Maldon and Tiptree, 1.78 million. Dulwich Hamlet, £500,000. We, on the other hand, are down in 9th, so we're not the minnows by any means, but our wage budget is 10 times less than Maldon and Tiptree's. But, I mean, okay finances, I want to be given some more money to spend. Have already asked twice for the wages to be increased. Maybe eventually Ben Allen will change his mind. I mean, can I ask him now? No, I can't ask him. Anyway, we're going to get into this game against Burgess Hill. Like I said last episode, I really heavily rotated the team for a league game that I thought was a foregone conclusion, and it backfired spectacularly. I do feel like we should maybe make a couple of changes in this game, though. I'm going to bring in Chadwick, I think, at centre defensive mid. He's a player who put in a really good performance in the FA Cup. I feel like we should give him a run out in a game like this one. I'm kind of looking through the other players to see who's played a few too many games. We'll bring in Danaher for Watson. Watson, I'll be honest, he's probably worse than Danaher, but because he's 16 and he's come through our academy, I've been playing him a ton. Obviously, training him to play a new position means that his overall ability isn't really improving that much. But yeah, Chris Watson, I still maintain, I think this guy could be a very useful player for us. He doesn't score the goals or get the headlines like King does, but he's been the man at the centre of our defence. And Danaher, I think, is very capable, actually, of coming in and playing this advanced centre-back role where we do tell the player to dribble less. Just obviously at this level, the advanced centre-back role is rather demanding. I don't want the player running into that space behind the defensive mids. I simply want them to get there when we have possession, but they're not the one that has the ball. In terms of the rest of the team, though, hands off the wheel, not changing too much. I want to keep this winning run going. It is the best winning run we've had since we've taken over. A win here would make it 7 on the bounce. Throw in on the far side, Bernal. 1 assist last game. Can he keep his run going? He might be providing it to Gibbard here, who gives it to Bassett. Hits the woodwork. Chadwick couldn't squeeze his effort in at the near post either. It's a very good, lively start to this game as far as I'm concerned. And well, that last chance came from the right-hand side. There could be another chance coming from there now because Bernal's got a throw in the corner. Gives it to Gibbard. Floated in. Bassett's under it. And I'll tell you what, if we had a player on that left attacking mid position who could head the ball, I think we might be 2-0 up at this point already. Quarter of an hour played. I'm not sure we've had a shot on target just yet. As Burgess Hill are looking to build it out from the back. Chatty with the ball. Loses out to Chadwick. Nice win there. Gibbard. King. Back to Chadwick. Build-up play. Kind of nice here. Look at this. We're playing some proper football. Foxwell. Options in the middle. King is there. Bennett is there. That's overhit. Bennett is going to try and keep this ball alive and go on the around-the-world run around the entire pitch from the looks of things. Chadwick, King, back to Bennett. He's gone around the world. And then he's crash-landed. He hasn't found the back of the net. Be honest, after the way that Bennett kept the ball in play there, we all wanted to see him score. It's a shame that he was denied, but it feels like a matter of when are we going to score in this game rather than are we going to score in this game? Not to jinx it, but we're 25 minutes in. We've had them hemmed in their own half. We're at home. The fans are behind us. And Bernal is just dancing on the right-hand side. Pask plays it for Bennett. Can he score this time? He finally does. We take a lead, and I feel like that was just coming. I still don't know how to feel about Pask. Obviously, he's an amazing centre-back for us, but the fact he's already announced that he intends to explore options at the end of his contract makes me not want to play him. And then he does passes like that, and I just feel like I can't not play him in games like this one. Half an hour played in this game. They are yet to have a shot on target. One shot all game for them, and well, it could be us on the attack again here. Bennett has Foxwell out wide. The wing-backs having a lot of joy on the overlap here. It's whipped in towards King. He's going to keep this attack alive, the number 9. Can he put the ball in? He gives it to Bernal. Back to King. Bennett shoots, blocked. I can't believe how well we're playing here. I mean, I can. They've lost 5 in a row and they're in 20th, but we're playing really good. I just can't believe we've not scored more. 5 minutes left of this first half. It has been absolute one-way traffic in this game. Having got our noses ahead, I do feel like we've taken our foot off the gas maybe just a little bit, not changed anything. I think it's a complacency thing, really. This is the kind of moment where I'd like to shout at the players, but of course we can't do that this year in Football Manager. Our managers are mute and our strikers not always firing, but well, maybe if we could fire a goal in here, or if Bassett could just bloody head the ball, we could have another on the scoreline. It's still 1-0. I don't know how many headers at the back post Bassett's had there. It's far too many that have gone over. I'm going to tell the players I'm pleased with things so far. I mean, you know what? This might be stupid. I think I'm going to bring in Michael King into the wide area and use his aerial ability. And by his aerial ability, I mean his 11 heading. And then I'm going to play Shea Hutchinson through the middle. Might be harsh giving Bassett the hook at half-time, but he's made me do it. He's made me cross with his misses. Still 1-0. I am wondering, maybe we should just change the inside forward roles. King has never been great at inside forward for us when we've played him there. He's always played better through the middle. And I do feel like in general, the inside forwards tuck into the box too much in situations like this. And it just leaves the wing back a little isolated with one option. Maybe I should try wide forwards. You know what? We'll let this highlight play out first. Maybe I'll experiment with it mid-game. Bit risky with a 1-goal cushion. So a second goal here would be nice. Ryan Bernal's delivered it for 2 games in a row. The right back didn't have a goal all season, and suddenly he's got 2 in 2 games. Chadwick played the ball across, Gibbard jumped over it. Somehow the assist was robbed there. No one's been given an assist for that, but Bernal, make no mistake, that is his goal. I feel like King's just never played well as an inside forward, so let's just try him as a wide forward here. I think it will also just help keep the wing backs a little less isolated. Admittedly, you can see the star rating for King as this role doesn't look the most inspiring. But I'm looking at the technicals and the pace and the agility. I think this is going to work. I mean, I'm not being funny. How is Bennett getting like a 1-star rating as a wide forward when his key attributes are like all on average above an 8? Like, I compare the inside forward to the wide forward. Like, there is barely any change. It's just composure instead of pace, but the star difference is too different. I'll tell you what, the star ratings are just a lie, aren't they, in these lower levels? Like, just don't believe the stars. Trust your heart. Right, we've made a change. Bernal has been absolutely sensational yet again today. He puts in the ball. King was there lurking at the back post. He could still be lurking. Chadwick turns, shoots. King's the provider. It's 3-0. I'm a tactical wizard. Bernal's played great in this game. I'm going to give him a rest and bring in Packham. I've also brought in Watson, and at this point, I feel like we should just be burning through all our subs. Gibbard can have a rest. And you know what, Bennett, you have a rest too. We'll bring in Anderson through the middle up front. And I will make sure the players are swapped on both pitches so that I've not messed things up. It's very easy to do that with the new tactic system, isn't it, when you move them on one view but not the other. At least I think it is. Maybe it's just a skill issue. You should just use the combined view and then it's fine, but I just forget sometimes when I'm changing roles and whatnot. Anyway, we're 3 goals to the good. I want more. I feel like I've got a degree of whimsy about me in today's commentary. We're just having a jolly good time. Thing is, since we beat Maldon and Tiptree, it just made me feel good about life. Ria plays it to Bartolo. Is Bartolo the Gibraltarian guy that we looked at in the transfer special? I think it is. He's just scored against us. I looked at this guy in the transfer special. I don't know if it made the edit of the video because he didn't want to talk to me. Now he's playing for these lot. I mean, I'll be real with you. He's a very good striker for this level. I'm kind of surprised they're struggling with him leading the line. Less than 10 minutes left of this game. The stats kind of tell the story in this one. We have just been a cut above, dominating possession, significantly more chances, better quality of chances, and it is going to be a very convincing result. There's 3 minutes of added time here. There has only been one team show up. If there was any fear of a late comeback, it really just didn't materialise. 2 wins in a row for today's episode, and things are looking rosy. Annoyingly, Dulwich Hamlet did win 1-0, so they are still breathing down our necks. Wingate and Finchley, though, lost to Bognor Regis. Shout out to Bognor Regis, they've done us a favour there. And we're looking at the league table. We are in a really, really good spot. We're ahead of Dulwich Hamlet, we're ahead of Maldon and Tiptree. We've played both of those teams already. And when I look at the upcoming games, I feel like most of these games are rather winnable. Like Whitehawk are down towards the bottom. Croydon Athletic are in 11th, Chester are in 14th. They were in the playoffs last year. They have really fallen off. And as for ourselves, we are just continuing our winning run that is now a club record one. Don't want to let it go to my head. I'm still just thinking about the fact there's one automatic promotion spot. And I do also just feel like right now, kind of morale's high, players' form is good. I'm sure there's going to come a point at some time this season where we lose a couple of games, and then it's going to be about how we bounce back from those games. Really hope you guys enjoyed the away day today. I didn't. I'll see you tomorrow for more. Hopefully the next one's better. Maldon and Tiptree. More like Maldon, and I hope they don't get promoted. Yeah, I hate them. I've decided I hate them and I'm not sure why.